Hey, good evening, everybody. It's your boy Knuckles, aka the Ladies Man of Video Games, aka Cacker Lover, aka Babyface Gamer, coming at you with a video of another Marvel video of I would say another, but it's another Marvel video of Thor Love and Thunder. My thoughts on the movie. This is gonna be a spoiler discussion. I'm trying not to make it too long because I am getting ready to go out to Atlanta in the next couple hours, so I'm just trying to get this video as fast as possible. And if you guys saw my small video on Instagram, that's about a week ago now. I gave my quick thoughts on it, and I said that this movie was. I said this movie was a. Okay, I mean, the harsh, but like you couldn't take this movie seriously. It was a parody movie, pretty much. Parody movie, like jokes all the time. Like it was like a comedy action movie third, right? And for me, just me, I don't mind comedy in a superhero movie. We want to have some comedy moments, right? But like, it's to the part right now where it's like it was just all comedy all the time. And for a hero like Thor, right? Oh my god, my camera's acting up. And for a hero like Thor, right? From where he went through from his introduction to his Thor, then Thor: The Dark World, which is a shitty movie, but he was still a pretty serious tone in that. And even Ragnarok, Ragnarok, he had some funny moments, but like he was still serious throughout his whole entire movie. Whereas this one, it was like he's just seen as an idiot. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into that, let me. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be a spoiler thoughts on it. So if you haven't seen the movie, turn away. You don't want to be spoiled. So let's go with the start of the movie. Right, start of the movie. We have Christian Bale playing Gore, and beginning of the movie is pretty sad. You see him and his daughter out there somewhere in the desert, somewhere. Gore praying for the gods to protect his daughter, to keep his daughter safe, but instead she dies, and ends up he still end up living, and it was pretty sad. Like it was sad to see him, see his daughter, like seeing his daughter dead, like right before his eyes, like right. I mean, that's a sad thing, right? So he finally goes to the gods that he was worshiping and tell them, hey, the land's dead, the land's been destroyed, our people are dead. What can we do? And it's and the guy and the god, being a complete dick, saying, "Oh, y'all serve your purpose. Y'all ain't shit. Like your job is to keep serving us until y'all die. All right. Like y'all, like we don't need y'all. Like we're gonna find some more servants, to take care of us. So, y'all ain't shit. And just to have that, a guy that you've been worshiping all die, like prayers to him, just worshiping, right, serving them, and just have that God just tell you ain't shit, like you ain't nothing. That's hurtful. Like it's like God, we've been living our whole life for you guys, and then, it was it was all a bunch of lies. Like it was a bunch of bullshit, pretty much. And so as that's going on, the Necrosort is calling the Gore and say, "Hey, yo, I can kill this guy for you. I can kill this guy for you. I'm about to kill this guy for you." The Necrosort pretty much consumes Gore's mind, and he ends up killing the guy. His motive in the movie is to kill the gods. Now, granted, out of all the villains in the MCU, you probably felt the most for Gore because just having his daughter, die right in front of his hands, and just to be worshiping these guys, just come to find out, your life ain't shit. Like it's been meaningless. They don't care about you. Like that sucks. Now, granted, the Negro started taking over his mind, right? It kind of reminds you of the Dark Cult and control of Wanda and Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. But you say to yourself, right? Is all granted you want to say that they're being possessed, right? But it's like, can you really 100% say it's the objects, the items' fault? Because times when you're being consumed by something, not all the time, but sometimes you're like, part of you's like, yeah, I do want to kill that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You kind of say to yourself, like, is he like? Can we really truly blame the Necrosword? Because I'm pretty sure part of Gore wanted to know, kill everybody, kill all the gods at least. But for Gore, I think was the best part of this movie. It knows when a movie was meant to be serious. I feel so. Hey, it's comedy, comedy, comedy. But when Gore appears on the screen, let's all be serious right now and shit, right? And like I said, Christian Bale did a great job. At times, he reminded me of the Joker, and he was laughing around with the kids and shit like that. I'm like, oh, is he being like the Joker right now? Like, it was pretty funny. But and also, honestly, the other thing is, I heard Gore wasn't really it wasn't his true form or whatever. Because that's not what he looks like compared to comic book. And I did see him in comic book, and I'm like, yo, he looks a lot cooler than he is on here. Like, why does he look like that? I don't know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the plot right there. Then Another character returning is Jane Foster. And this one, she's Thor. Now here's the thing: her being Thor, she it was cool and everything, but it wasn't like, oh my god, a wow game changer for me. Like she didn't really have any. I mean, she had a moment, but it wasn't a moment where it's like, oh shit, it's on replay, some shit like that. But in this movie, she has chemo, she has cancer, she's getting ready to die. So her being the researcher she is, she's trying to find someone that can help, treat her. So, she goes and look into Asgard books, see all good health right there. Okay, so clearly it's like, okay, maybe I can go somewhere, I can go to Asgard, maybe they can help me, treat my condition or whatever, right? So she goes to Asgard, and then, Mjolnir is calling her, and then, that's how she became Thor pretty much, because she thought, you know, Asgard would save her medical condition, yes it did, yes and no, which we get into that. So that's how Jamie became Thor. In this movie, um, Thor is feeling empty. He's feeling lost. After the battle with Thanos, he kicked him in the Guardians of the Galaxy, got in shape, got back to his old stuff, right? And this story is pretty sad because everybody around him is pretty much dead, right? Which to me, right, I would have loved to see how he felt, losing Captain America, losing Tony Stark, because they were the big three. They were before the Avengers. They were the big three. They were a family, and I just want to see like how that affected him, because you see how at least the heroes that were in Endgame, you saw how Wanda, with WandaVision, Cat Falcon and the Winter Soldier, let's say a Falcon and the Winter Soldier, to a degree, What If in a way, a little bit, no, to a degree Loki, and then Hawkeye. You saw how everyone felt after the battle with Thanos. And this one, it's like, yeah, Thor is sad, but it's like I at least want him to see how he felt losing Tony Stark and Steve Rogers, because because like I said, those are the big three. Those were like brothers. So I mean, well, Grant. Okay, maybe it's a bit too far, but they were a family at least. So I just want to see how he felt losing those two guys, because I mean that could mean a lot. So yeah, he just feels empty and whatnot, trying to find something. But back to Thor though, how I said, for me, he can't be taken seriously in this movie. His attitude reminds me of the What If for, because that guy kept wanting to party, was a idiot. They kind of were like the same person, and that's not supposed to happen, because What If is a completely different storyline. Not completely different storyline, but like a different storyline, like pretty much a What If scenario, right? But this one, it's like they were like the same person. The doofuses, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and the problem with this comedy thing is that when Sif called for Thor to help her out because Gore was attacking them, she lost an arm. He wasn't even taking that shit seriously. It was like, well, oh, you're not in Valhalla. You're still here. Your arm's probably there, right? Your arm's probably there, and it's like, dang, bro, like, can you take this shit seriously? Like, it's like, come on, man, like, why? And so, yeah, and then like I said, not so much to say in this movie for me, because this movie was, like I said, it was a big parody. I thought the Shuttle Run was pretty cool because Gore wants Stormbreaker. Oh, okay, back to you do see how Jane and Thor broke up, and communication was a problem. You know what I'm saying, in most relationships. You know what I'm saying. So communication was a big deal, and they just didn't have it towards the end of the relationship. I mean, he was going out, she was going away. Like, they just didn't have time for each other. And they didn't really talk to each other. She left a note, but they both said, "Well, now." Thor said, well, "That's saying you broke up." No, James saying you broke up with me, and it's like, I don't know, but you did say in the flashback that Thor said to Mjolnir, "Please watch over her." So then you have Thor in a three-way relation with Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. It's like, oh yeah. At first it was funny. At times it's like, okay, we get it now. You miss her. Like, come on. So I feel as though Valkyrie returns, but she only do so much in this movie. I feel as though they should have. She was underutilized in my opinion, but that's a different that's a different story for a different day. Um, Not so much I can remember else in this film. Like I said, too much comedy. Oh yeah. Oh, back to Jade. So yeah, that her turn Thor, when she's Thor, it looks like she's in great health. But when she doesn't have the hammer, she looks even worse. She looks even worse. She looks a lot worse than what she did before she even got to Asgard. Like, you could totally tell that that the hammer is it's like draining more of her life away, pretty much. So Zeus is in this movie as well, but Zeus was a dick. I just thought that scene was completely pointless. Maybe not completely pointless, but it's like it was a whatever scene. The only thing was, they got Zeus's bolt. That's about it. It's the best thing. That's the best thing I can say about that. Shadow Realm is cool because that's where Gore led Thor and his friends against Stormbreaker. Um, she did reveal, of course, obviously Jane reveals to Thor that, hey, I'm dying. I got chemo, and I'm not sure if it was the doctors or Thor told us, like, the more you use that hammer, the more it's draining your life away. And that's tough right there, man. Like that's tough because it looks like she's in good health, but in reality, she's dying. In reality, she's dying. So I do want to get skip to the part with to the main to the final fight, and Jane does make the sacrifice, being there, becoming Thor to help out one more time. Now it was funny seeing the kids fight the Gore's monsters, but even when Thor was like trying to prep them, it's like, bro, again with the comedy shit, bro, these are kids. They're about to go into battle. Now is not the time to be joking about this shit, my dude. Now is not the time. It's not. But so, anyways, Gore needs to start making her get to the infinity, to grant a wish. And I'm sure in his wishes, to eliminate all gods. So, obviously the good guys won the fight. So I'll say this. This is where it gets to the sad part of the movie, right? Where you know, you see Gore, you see the affection that Thor and Jane have for each other, and Gore sees that. And instead of, wishing it for to eliminate the gods, he makes a sacrifice to bring his starter back. Which that kind of confusing right there. That part confused. I'm like, wait, how did that happen? Like I don't know. This shit was confusing a little bit to me, right? And so Gore asks Thor to watch over her. It's like cool, but as I said before, Jane uses that hammer one more time. She's gonna most likely die, and that was her sacrifice right there. She used the hammer to save Thor because without Lady Thor in there, Thor would have been dead. And she made a sacrifice. It was very sad. It was very very sad to see. Will she be missed? Probably not. But like, it was still a sad way for her to go. And I respect that though. I truly do respect that. And it was like it was very very sad. And so then the movie, everyone's back at Asgard. The kids are all sick. It's Gore kidnapped the kids just to lure Thor out there. So yeah, and now Thor is watching over Gore's daughter Love, which I don't know what's that gonna lead into. I'm really not sure. And at the end of the movie, we just like you see Thor and Love teaming up, and let's get to the mid credit scene, right? Now, I pretty much said all the things I want to say, blah blah. It was too funny. Thor was empty, blah blah. Thor couldn't take him seriously, blah blah. So much comedy, yeah, yeah. Jane was, yeah, yeah. Okay, so so yeah, so yeah, the this is where I get concerned with this, right? The post credit scene just told Hercules, Zeus' son, he's out, he wants revenge, he wants to kill Thor. All right, right. So my concern is now. Here's my concern, right? Now I'll say this: the movie's not bad, but it's just in terms of compared to the other ones, the other Thor movies, especially, it's just you can't take it seriously. You really couldn't. But in terms of the Phase 4 right now, I don't know where they are going with Phase 4. If you watch my video with Maurice and I, or we just we're watching on audio, we both said we're not sure where the Phase 4 is going, right? Because there's so much going on. Like, go back to Phase 1, right? Phase 1, you know that the Avengers were being formed because after the Iron Man, Nick Fury said, "Hey, you're in a place, you're in this thing called Shield or yada yada yada." That meant the Avengers were forming, right? You know, it teases you Thor, it teases you Captain America, Hulk was there as well too. It got you ready for the Avengers. And after the Avengers was over, that was the end of Phase 1. Phase 2, but at the end of Avengers, we saw Thanos, so we knew that Thanos was coming. So throughout Phase 2, it got you ready. They're preparing for Thanos. And, obviously, new heroes joined the fight and whatnot, and they were still preparing, and they were still getting the stones and whatnot. Like I said, it was the Infinity War pretty much. In Phase 3, pretty much same thing as Phase 2. Now I'm going by what the end of the movies were really leading on to, and I got you ready for Infinity War. And, that was Thanos. You know what I'm saying? So like you knew what was going on at the end of each movie in a way. And this one in Phase 4, it's so much going on right now. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like we know that Kang is supposed to be the main villain in Phase 4, but still no word from that yet. I mean, Grant, I understand that he's gonna be in a new Ant-Man movie, but it's like, can we at least get like a preview of him? Because okay, so let's go back. Phase 4, the beginning of Phase 4 was WandaVision. And the end of that movie, that pretty much led to Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. So that ending was was pretty straightforward. Now with Falcon and Winter Soldier, we see Carter say to her boss, "Hey, we're about to take over the government and whatnot." So I think that's going to be connected to Captain America 4, if I'm not mistaken. Loki, at the end of Loki, we see the statue of Kang. So we said we have to see Kang right now, like the actual villain Kang, right? And so what if was a multiverse type of thing, and then you have Hawkeye, which that didn't have a special, which I'm a little bit surprised about that. But we don't know where these movies are going because now movie wise, who else came in 2021? Movie Black Widow, yeah, whatever. That movie was pointless. Um, Eternals, yeah, how that went. Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far No Way Home. That was the best Marvel movie that came out in Phase 4 so far because now Kang is supposed to be around, but it's also the multiverse. We haven't really been getting a whole lot of multiverses. We really haven't. And at the end of Doctor Strange, he goes to the Dark World. I'm like, okay, so where is this leading into? Like, I don't know where these endings are going. Like I said, in Phase 1 and 2 and 3, you knew that Thanos was coming. That was the common denominator. But this, I have no idea what is going on. Area seems out of or everything's out of place. Then at the end of Miss Marvel, which I'll get into that later, they're introducing new set of characters possibly. Like I don't know, but I don't know if we're trying to mainly focus on the multiverse or Kang. I don't know. It's just a bunch of things going on at once, and I just feel as though like Phase 4 is just you're just saying like, what's going on right now? Like you're scratching your head. You really are. Because like I said, Phase 1, 2, and 3 were straightforward. This one, I don't know what's going on. Now maybe it's early, but maybe after Ant-Man and the Wasp, we'll see where we're going from here. But like here, I just don't know. Like I just don't know. And to me, I'm almost to the part right now where it's like they should have ended after Phase 3. Now, granted, I'm a Marvel guy. I love all superheroes. So like, even though their Phase 4 has been head scratchy, I'll still watch any movie or show that comes out. Like I'll still show my support. And goddamn, my eyes look tired as hell right there. Like I'll still show my support, but I just don't know where we're going with this, folks. I really don't know. Like I said, it's just two things. Like Thor could not be taken seriously, and then after that movie, I just don't know where we're going into in the future. Like I really don't know. Like I said, oh Hercules is coming. Ooh, and here's the thing: I'm not even surprised that the ending wasn't all that. Wasn't all that. Oh my god! Like I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be really too much. Honestly, I really wasn't. So yeah, man, guys, I just don't know. Phase 4 is just all over the place of all these movies and shows, and it's like it's this show's going this way, the movie's going that way, this show's going that way. Like, they're all going their own separate paths, and this is like real. Like I said, there's no common denominator. There isn't. I really don't know. I really don't know. But like I feel as though Marvel needs to like I said, you want to be taken seriously, you know what I'm saying? But like you don't have to be but you don't have to go over the line with with so much comedy. You really don't. But what can I do? What can I? I'm just a guy that records. Okay, there. I'm just a guy that records videos. Simply it. That's it. But yeah, listen, we'll have to see. Like I said, maybe I'm overreacting, but like I said I don't know where we are going. But see, some of the comment section, please tell me when I'm wrong. Like, is there something that I missed? Like, if there's something that's gonna excite me, please tell me. But if you think I'm right, still leave a comment, still leave a like right there. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if Phase 4 can hold in par. Like I said, that's not to be extremely better than Phase 3, but it's like at least give us why they're coming together. Give us like some more clues as to Kang. Like tell us what's happening. Like tell us what everyone else is gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying? So well, let's see, guys. How to see. Like I said, so again, late right here. Like I said, I'm getting ready to go to Atlanta in probably about like an hour or so. So I'm tired as hell. But anyways, y'all have a good night. See you guys in the next video. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'll be able to record the Challenge USA this weekend, but we'll have to see. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Hopefully we can. And then again, yeah, if we do, let it be tomorrow. Let it be tomorrow. If it's tomorrow, because right now, like I said, I'm just too tired. So, anyways, let me guys like I said, let me guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like I said, shall I be worried? Am I reacting? Like, let me know in the comment section. Like, get me excited for a Marvel project at least. Okay, great. I'll always be excited, but it's like I don't. Like I said, uh, iffy on it. Iffy on it. But anyways, y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.